It was a pretty typical evening Monday before a brief exchange of gunfire. Now here along 32nd Street and Avenue 8, at least one other house has some fire damage. Again, the crews are still working on keeping the flames down. A lot of debris behind us. The suspected impaired driver is recovering in a Phoenix hospital. The woman who sheriff's investigators say is responsible for the death of a man from out of state is out of jail tonight. Chalk marks still on the ground, a very sobering reminder that a crime scene was here just more than a day ago. One man is recovering from his injuries tonight and another is behind bars. Now, unfortunately, when he passed away, he became the 29th DPS officer to die in the line of duty.
I'll send your message.
You know, modern technology has really made the life of a cell phone user so much easier these days. The search is on tonight for the gunman responsible for the death of another man. Yuma police officers responded to Lynn's Grand China Buffet about 7 to reports of a shooting. Food and Drug Administration officials say you should shy away from supplements that claim to prevent or treat concussions.
My parents were very young, very active people, very fun-loving people. They loved to dance. They left way too early.
A son dances with his parents at a recent party. What he didn't know at the time is it would be the last dance.
They told us that they needed to go to our house to give us some news that they couldn't tell us over the phone.
Department of Public Safety officials say Sunday before 6 a.m., the driver of a white Chrysler ran a red light, T-boning a Toyota Scion.
It was a pretty significant impact. Some of the debris from the crash actually went into one of the parking lots and damaged a vehicle there.
It happened on Highway 95 and Avenue 7E in Yuma. DPS officials say the crash quickly turned into a homicide investigation.
We believe that the driver in this case, a 42-year-old male from Yuma, was impaired by drugs.
A San Luis couple, 61-year-old Roberto and 56-year-old Silvia Rodriguez, both died at the scene. Family members simply describe them as amazing people.
They were there for many people. I know a lot of people are going to miss them, not only us. They're making news right now, but for us it's a change that it will always be there.
DPS officer Carrick Cook says speeding was also a factor in this crash.
The issue here is that somebody decided to drive recklessly and or drive impaired,
leaving a family with a huge void.
I got my chance to say goodbye and hug them one last time. That was the last memory that I have of them in person, and we were all very happy.
Hello?
According to the Federal Trade Commission, thousands lose money through telephone scams each year in the U.S. Yuma resident Tara Newton could have been the next victim.
It just said your account has been deactivated and it's an emergency to reactivate it. Like, that's a little weird.
Sunday afternoon, Tara said she got a call from a number with a Florida area code. When Tara got the phone call, she was already suspicious that it was a scam, but just to make sure, she decided to dial the number, and this is what she got.
The number you have dialed is not in service.
My husband was like, no, it's a scam.
Yuma County Sheriff's officials say he's right, and there's been a spike in this type of phishing scam around town.
I received numerous calls this weekend about these two new scams, wanting to know your debit card number, want you to give the information.
And that's not it. Scammers will lie right to your face.
They'll go to a gas station or the mall, and they'll try to sell you equipment, but they're either broken already or they don't work at all.
The phishing scam is generally an automated call to your cell phone that asks you to reactivate your account by pressing 1. You then have to enter your debit card information, including the PIN number, expiration date, and security number on the back. That's all anyone needs to spend your money.
This is she.
Tara didn't fall for it, but she learned an important lesson nonetheless.
If you get a call from a phone number you don't recognize, just don't answer it. It's really shady. And don't ever, ever, ever give your credit card number out. And if it's Wells Fargo or somebody else, tell them you'll call them back.
He is gone, unfortunately, but definitely not forgotten. And as you can see behind me, officers today unveiled a marker to honor Officer Tim Huffman, and more importantly, to remember the officer and the person he was.
Like a void. It's traveling alone. Just think about him all the time.
1 year after Arizona Department of Public Safety officer Tim Huffman died in the line of duty, the pain still runs deep.
You're supposed to go before your children. Yeah, and I just get tore up.
At a ceremony Tuesday, officers unveiled a marker honoring the fallen officer for his sacrifice.
Well, I think the family's overjoyed that nobody's forgetting. And just by the people that showed up today, the outpouring of gratitude and remembering.
The family is grateful for the support, but they say nothing can replace a caring and loving man.
Me and Tim talked a lot at night, and so it strikes me hard now that I can't call him up and talk to him at night.
He was a fun-loving, caring person that his whole life was dedicated to helping others.
May 6, 2013, Officer Huffman was at the scene of a crash on Interstate 8. The driver of a semi, allegedly on his phone, crashed into the scene, killing Huffman. President of the Arizona Highway Patrol Association, Sergeant Jimmy Chavez, worked with Officer Huffman. He says he was playful but hardworking.
Tim had that kind of sense of humor and kind of a big teddy bear kind of guy. But he absolutely loved this job.
He says distracted driving is never worth it.
That phone call, that text message, that email is not important. It is not more important than making sure that you don't take somebody else's life or your own life.
Order! 1 year later, the family continues to heal, now knowing Yuma will never forget.
It means the world to me. It's that my brother will always be remembered. I hope that I can be as good a person as him.
Plenty of positive things about Officer Tim Huffman. Now, unfortunately, when he passed away, he became the 29th DPS officer to die in the line of duty. We're live at DPS headquarters in Yuma. I'm Nico Santos, News 11.